having a criminal case can actually impact your privilege to drive or your driver's license in Colorado. Now, the most common way we see this is with DUI charges. You have to deal with both the criminal court side for the criminal charge of driving under the influence, and you have to deal with the Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, for driving while intoxicated in some form or fashion. There's a whole bunch of things we can talk about on that. But what I want to talk about today is you can actually have impacts to your driver's license for other non-DUI related cases as well. So the DMV has a couple of different ways that they can get at your license, for lack of a better way of saying it. They can either take points away for certain crimes like speeding, any kind of traffic offenses. They can take your license away for failing to pay child support. So if you have a family law case going on and you get behind in your child support, the DMV can snatch your license away. They can also, the DMV can take your license for failing to show up at court. So in another video that we made, we talked about, well, do you have to show up at court? One good reason to show up at court is if you don't show up at court, the courts will put out what's called an OJW. It's called an outstanding judgment warrant. What that means is they'll put out, basically they're asking you to pay for the cost of issuing a warrant for your arrest. So anytime someone fails to appear at court, then the court system has to issue a warrant. It costs money to do everything in this world, so it costs about $30 in the state of Colorado to issue a warrant for someone's arrest. And so they will put a hold on the court system saying, hey, there's an outstanding judgment warrant, $30 fee, but then they'll report you to the DMV and the DMV will snag your license. So this becomes especially tricky if you are charged with something and aren't aware of it, and then you fail to show up, and then you have no valid license. There are ways that the DMV can also get to your license for having certain charges like vehicular assaults and things that are compounded DUIs basically, and they can revoke your license for longer periods of time. But the most common way we see the DMV affected or your license affected by criminal cases are by getting points, by failing to make child support payments, and DUI related things like having a high BAC or being charged with DUI at all. And then the other way is by having that OJW put in place and then having your license pulled. So yes, a criminal case can affect your license even if it has nothing to do with a traffic case if one of those other issues are happening. The best way to find out if your license is going to be impacted is to contact a criminal defense attorney. We're here 24/7 to help you out with any questions that you may have. Just give us a call or a text anytime.